Hey LadyCode, welcome back. So a lot of you guys have been asking about how I contour my skin, so I decided to let you know what I am doing currently, and it always changes by the day. So this is literally today's routine for contouring, let's just say. So I'm going to teach you how to contour, highlight, and also do your nose as well. So let's get started. Alright guys, so we are taking the Boinc concealer, and you can use a shade lighter than your natural skin tone, and this is going to highlight your skin. And I am using any flat concealer brush that you have, and we're going to go ahead and highlight these areas here. I like to go in the outer corners of my nose, around the tip, and also underneath my eyes. And we're also going to do the top of the middle of the lip, the outer edges of your lower lip, and then the middle of your chin. And then we're also going to highlight underneath where you would contour. So this would be underneath your cheekbone, and we're going to try to do a straight line going towards your lips. And don't worry, because we're going to blend this all out later. Next, we're taking the Smashbox Cream Contour Stick, and we're going to go ahead and, oops, I need to sharpen my contour stick. Okay, so we're going to contour these areas here. We're going to blend it all out. So I'm doing across the top of my hairline, of course, your cheekbones, and I like to make like a little triangle like that. We're going to blend that all out underneath your lip to create a false shadow so your lips look bigger. And my jaw is pretty big, so I'm just cutting into my jaw. And now we're going to do straight lines down the edges of your nose. And now we're taking the bronze stick from the Smashbox Cream Contour Stick, and we're just going to bronze the outside of your eyes. And now we're blending it all out with a beauty blender. And don't forget to make sure your beauty blender is wet so that everything can be blended out perfectly. And you can use a smaller brush to get the places that are harder to reach, like around your eyes. And just pay close attention to the places that I am highlighting and contouring and bronzing. And I'm using a smaller brush to blend out my nose because it is a very tough place to blend out. And if you're ever in doubt, just use a foundation brush. You don't need to have anything on it, just use the foundation brush you used earlier, and that little bit of foundation on it will make sure that everything is blended out perfectly. So now I'm doing powder contour to set my cream contour, and I'm using the Kat Von D Shade to Light brush with the Kat Von D Shade to Light contour palette. And we're using the contour shade, of course, to set everything. Just make sure it's blended out. So now we're going to go ahead and take that same contour color that we're using from the Kat Von D palette, and you're going to just brush a straight line down the middle of your neck and on the outer edges of your neck, and then we're going to blend it all out with a foundation brush. And this is going to make sure that the contour is also blended on your neck as well. And I'm going back all over my face to blend everything with that same foundation brush. And now we're going to go ahead and highlight with the highlight powder in the Kat Von D Shade to Light palette. I love that yellow shade, but I'm almost out, so I have to switch to another highlight color. This palette is just amazing. It's definitely one of my holy grail palettes for contouring. It has amazing color payoff. So yeah, I had to switch, so now I'm using another highlight color. But as you can see, it's still amazing, and it does highlight and set all the contouring that we're doing. So now switching to the blush, I'm using the MAC Peaches blush with a Lancome blush brush. That's hard to say. And we're just going to go on top of the contour, just that area right there, and I'm kind of dragging it up to the temples as well. And now we're going to go ahead and illuminate, and I am using my Luxie brush and the Pearl from the Champagne Glow palette from Becca. And I'm putting the pearl on the top of my cheekbones, between my eyes, the tip of my nose, and on top of my lip, and also on my chin. So now I'm using a fluffier brush with Champagne Pop on it this time to blend out the pearl that I put on the top of my cheekbones. And I'm also going to add Champagne Pop to the outer edges of my nose. It's hard to explain, but that area will actually help reduce that wrinkles that start to come on around your mouth. And then we're going to go over everything with that same foundation brush that has some foundation left over on it because it blends everything out. So when in doubt, go over it with your used foundation brush. So for my lips, I put on MAC Oral Liner and I put Pure Hollywood liquid lipstick on top by Anastasia Beverly Hills. And I'm just dotting on some Champagne Glow to the middle of my lips to give it that Kylie metallic lip effect. And that's it, you're all set and you are glowing.